What a morning. So let me try to sort this all out in my own head. So I'm going to just use specifics. I often don't, and that drives people mad. But the reason I don't, I think, is because then people kind of lean towards the specifics, and I just don't want that to happen. But this is all over the place, so I think specifics may help. So, just jumping in anywhere. This isn't necessarily where it started. But last night on Teachers Teaching Teachers, and the kids are talking, and I'm learning a ton as I'm listening and as I'm watching responses and watching responses today. And also as I'm talking with Barbara about people who might want to, help us out with money or whatever. And these all fit together. The whole idea of scaling. People are good. So they're looking for good. But we've gotten ourselves so busy and so mindless. And by that I mean we've gotten ourselves so busy we don't talk to ourselves every day. And that makes us mindless. It's not that we don't do good things during the day or that we don't think during the day. But I believe we don't think about what matters most. So what ends up is we end up looking for a silver bullet. I'm guilty as anyone. And in looking for that silver bullet, so often we're so close to something that could be breathtaking, something that could scale on its own, exponentiate on its own. And what I'm finding in the last several days, couple weeks, is it appears the time that we give up is when there is no proof, when there is no plan to fall back on, when there's no directions. Then we decide if that isn't there, we're going to try something else. We're going to try something that does have that. Well, we've been trying for years with things that do have plans. I'm hearing Saul Kaplan, and I'm hearing now Jennifer. I'm reading her book. We cannot expect betterness if we use the same metrics. We have to embrace the unlikely. We have to notice the unlikely and embrace it. So people are going to be uncomfortable with things that aren't perfect. We have this ingrained metric of our own, and we see something or we hear something, and most often it seems we critique it and then we're done with it. What if that's the gem? What if that's the very gem that we need? And I think that's what's happening. To me, the gem that we need is spaces of permission with nothing to prove. If we can get ourselves to believing that there's never nothing going on, that's the only way this will scale. Because the only way this will scale in a way that matters to us and in an ongoing way is if it's driven by the power of people. It's only driven by the power of individual people if they choose it. So to me, it doesn't matter how long we wait, or even if it's the waiting that makes any difference. We each have today. We each have incredible potential. So, anyway, that's cool. I think it's got to come from within. I'm hearing so many things in the last couple of days. Another huge thing is if you're worried about what others think, and not in a disrespectful way, I'm not encouraging that, but if you're worried about what others think, then your choice has a 50-50 chance, right? People can like it or not like it. And quite honestly, they're never going to care enough as you. You're the only one that can make you as much you as possible. And that you is what is needed in the world. Okay, one more bit about getting a microphone. And this is just amazing that it all kind of played out today. 4 years ago when this started, I was incredibly intrigued with Dave Cormier, George Siemens, Alec Rose, Howard Rheingold. But Dave Cormier's Community as Curriculum and Stephen DeViver talking about that was a huge impact. And that's what's resonated with all of us, and that's where we're headed. Yes, I read not all, but I read a lot of their stuff. I posted comments of all these guys. I kept wanting a microphone. I kept wanting to talk with them. I'm seeing that now with like Christian and other people, and myself still daily. But how incredibly sweet when perhaps, don't know yet, 4 years later, you're able to face someone and they like what you're doing. And you say, really glad you like it because we're just doing what you said. So, again, it's that waiting, and not even feeling like you're waiting, feeling like the waiting is the it. The waiting, that is the experience that will make you. So,